Okay, so I wanted to go ahead and share one of my newest poems that I just wrote 2 days ago. It's called Miners of the Deep. The knowledge that leads to true life is but a far distant memory, one that has been lost to the recesses of the human collective, bound for death absolute. No more of the days of old when humans sought for the invisible, for when they found it, and the extraction from the invisible was obtained, it was transformed into a treasure that brought forth the substance of true life. And this very substance was able to be seen and felt in the material. For all of time, the creator and lover of our souls has always pushed mankind into those invisible caves, where hidden in the depths, the substance is found without end. For only as this substance runs through the minds and hearts will mankind be grounded in a love so strong that they become fearless. And without fear, awareness of our earthly purpose is brought forth. And so the tragedy that beholds us today is not that the knowledge is lost, but that we lack miners of the deep. Where are you, O earthlings? For don't you know that the real treasure is deep within the caves that you have sealed off? But nevertheless, let us resurrect the courage of old and the will to break through the rocks that seals the caves of the deep, so that we too can become warriors of truth and of life. So, a picture that goes with it. I also have a commentary too, if it was kind of hard to understand the poem. So this can explain it, okay? In today's age, it shouldn't be any surprise that people have entirely lost their way as a whole. The invisible things that used to hold us together no longer do. We have lost what it means to be human, living in a world that was specifically created for us. Time is moving too fast. Nothing is the same as it was yesterday. Life is pre-planned for us as a whole all over the world. Shh. Shh, shh, shh. Shh. I have children. Okay, close door, please. Thank you. Okay, so where was I? So time is moving really fast, and nothing is the same as it was yesterday. So it's really hard to connect to times of the past. And life is pre-planned for us as a whole all over the world. What this poem is saying is that people need to look into the past to see where we went wrong. For if we don't, the future is lost as well. We must take action over our minds and spirits if we are to survive. The substance is true love that we can extract from our Creator and diffuse it into every part of our being and any material thing in our path. So we take the love of God and we extract it from the invisible and we bring it in. We bring it in. Thus, only then our world can heal. Our minds are the final frontier, and if we are too scared to embark on that journey, then we will be lost to the dark void of the soul. This dark void is ever so ready to possess our will and bring forth destruction that we will never recover as a whole. Therefore, we must take back what is rightfully ours as created human beings. Our bodies, our souls, and our spirits were made to be vessels that have the capacity to receive and distribute the pure love of God, who is the creator and lover of our souls. So our bodies were created to have the ability to receive God's love. And if you think about it, it's pretty amazing that we were created specifically for the receiving of God's love. We have that capacity to do so. But the darkness is always ready to steal off the incoming love, so as to starve the vessel, essentially killing it off. So if we're not receiving God's love into us, eventually we are going to be starved. So we have to have that love to keep ourselves healthy and keep ourselves nourished. Because that's just the way God created us. It's our food. So let us fight off the dark void of the soul before it's too late. Let us forgive one another. Otherwise, our actions will become another rock in the ceiling of our caves where the love of God can be found. So deep within us is like the portal where God's love runs through us. But if we don't go deep inside of ourselves, we can't find that portal. We cannot find the place where God's love can come through. It's scary, so we just seal it off, or we have trauma, or we've gone through too many things, or we've been exposed to so much darkness that we are frightened, and so we shut ourselves up. This is our purpose as humans, to know who we are. So we are vessels that are created specifically for God, and we have the capacity to receive his love and to give it out. Where we came from God, and our unique ability to distribute the love of God into the world around us. So the love of God comes into us and through us. The pure, untainted love of God transforms the soul into a warrior that is unmoved by the work that it takes to resist the unrelenting onslaught of the darkness. So the darkness is always there. It's always ready to possess us, to take control of this vessel, and to reject God's love and to reject the outpouring of God's love. These are the people who live outside the dark void. So once you understand that it's by the love of God within us, around us, and upon us, that is the only way that we can live in truth and in reality. It's a reality-based understanding, and that makes us able to push away the darkness, so that whatever happens to us, we don't close off that influx of God's love or outflux of his love to other people. Okay, so let me just say this again. The pure, untainted love of God transforms the soul into a warrior that is unmoved by the work that it takes to resist the unrelenting onslaught of the darkness. These are the people who live outside the dark void. So there's no dark void in here. It's full of love. Many dark arrows may pierce their souls, but they know where to hide for healing. As surely as the sun rises, they get to work, carving the paths, bringing fire down the tunnels, so purifying the mind, the tunnels of the mind, the caves in the mind, purifying, breathing fire into those crevices in the mind to burn up the darkness. I already did a poem about it. I already did a video on that one. But so the purification is welcomed to make sure that darkness cannot live in there. And by gaining strength day by day, they become miners of the deep. So day after day, we can retreat and come back to what we were here for, and to receive the pure love, and to nourish ourselves with it, and to give it out. And God provides that for us. But it's a lot of work, because there's always something that is trying to steal that from us and to block us from receiving it and giving it out. So that is my poem and the commentary. Miners of the Deep.